Hello, ho, ho there, boys and girls. My name is Adam Clery. Welcome to WhatCulture Wrestling. I am joined by Housewife's favourite, Adam Nicholas. No, neither of us were getting dressed on this Christmas Eve. But to you, I have one question. Can you hear that? No, of course you can't. You can't hear anything because for the first time since about October, I am able to sit in my living room and record a video because the diggers and the duggers and the mother chuggers, they have gone home for Christmas. But of course we haven't because we have absolutely nobody. So we are here today instead to give you a spoiler-filled version of what went down. And I emphasize the word spoiler because there are loads of spoilers. This is the pre-taped Christmas Day episode of Smackdown. It was pre-taped, ergo it has already happened, ergo we have the result, meaning anything we tell you in this video is a spoiler. What is it, Adam Nicholas?
It's a spoiler, Adam Clery.
It's a spoiler, which means if things get spoiled for you after I've said spoiler 10 times, it's really nobody's fault but your own. What is it, Adam Nicholas?
Nobody's fault but your own. Their own.
Right.
Your own.
There you go.
Someone's.
The spoiler klaxon. We've had done all that.
Yep.
So, straight into it. Roman Reigns takes on Kevin Owens in a steel cage match for the WWE Championship. It was the big news we announced earlier in the week. They had added this to the Christmas Day episode of SmackDown to give it some drawing power, some star power, some championship gold. And was there a shock on the cards? There was not. No, Roman Reigns retained his WWE Championship against Kevin Owens in a steel cage after some interference from an Uso by handcuffing Kevin Owens to the steel cage. Now, I'm not particularly blown away by this result. I think we said when we announced the video on the news, it was very good of them to add this to the show because, well, if you're going to, I don't know what Americans do on Christmas Day when they haven't got the Doctor Who special or call the midwife to watch at that hour. But if you're going to give up whatever that is, it might as well be for something good, for something exciting, for something spangled in a bit of, I don't want to say gold, because I never really think the WWE Championships are gold. In Diamante, let's just say. Adam Nicholas, any searing insights on this result?
Not particularly. I think we kind of believe this was going to be the result. Just a big match. Hopefully, obviously we haven't seen it yet, but hopefully the match itself was actually really good, which I guess would be great for an opening match of SmackDown. They need it to be good at the moment because stuff is in the toilet. But, you know, I don't think anybody was expecting Kevin Owens to win the belt. The tribal chief Roman Reigns should probably continue for a while. This is as expected, I guess.
Yeah, we said going into WrestleMania season, going into Royal Rumble season, just doesn't feel like the right time to pull a title change, especially from somebody who's been so critically lauded in this run as Roman Reigns has. I mean, I guess you could do it so he could just immediately win it back to try and pop a rating or something, but that, I don't know, seems a bit cynical. Because you've got to remember, the Christmas Day rating will be down. People will not be able to watch that because it is literally Christmas Day. It seems odd to do a title change on that and go forward. But what else did we have? What else? That wasn't the main... Actually, I should say, that was not the main event. We will get to the main event at the main event of this video. That was not it. What else do we have?
What else do we have? Well, we had a wonderful, wonderful women's tag team championship match. Obviously, we were promised Charlotte Flair and Asuka were going to be defending, but we probably weren't expecting them to defend in a triple threat tag team match, Adam Clery, for the women's tag team championships. How about this for some parents, by the way? I know we always criticise WWE for putting random tag teams together, but I'm kind of into these. So we got Charlotte Flair taking on, and Asuka taking on Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, and Carmella and Bayley were the other tag team. And I just think those are some really great tag teams. More of that, please. I know we criticise, but that is called good in this book, certainly on this news. However, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what teams you put together because they weren't good enough to beat Asuka and Charlotte Flair. It would be weird to have taken the belts away from them at this point, but it seems that Charlotte Flair pinned Bianca Belair last night with a natural selection for the win. I guess my only criticism here, Adam Cleary, because I don't really want to see them lose the belts yet, is Bianca taking the pin, which I imagine a lot of people will be unhappy about.
Yes, but I think we have to get out of this WWE mindset,
which
I think the company has, which is if you are pinned in a match, you have been buried. You are a loser, and you must be treated as a loser. Like, not mention any names, there is another wrestling promotion that handles clean wins and losses very well. And I will say, my big takeaway from this match is I'm delighted it actually has had a clean finish rather than just, throwing something random. Like, oh, it's a roll-up. Oh, it's a sneaky distraction. Oh, they've just walked out with the belt or something. I'm glad this was a proper match with 3 proper teams featuring 6 proper stars, I should add, all being allowed to do their thing on Christmas Day and getting us a clean finish as a result. I would be even though I know the result, even though it has been spoiler-ed for me, I'm actually quite excited to watch that because I think...
Me too.
The individual chemical elements of that feel quite combustible. Anyway, Jey Uso, he handcuffed Kevin Owens to the steel cage. Boo! But he did also wrestle Daniel Bryan. Hooray! And apparently this was a 20-minute long match. One of the more exhibition-y things on the card. I mean, there's not really too much in the way of stakes, so there's a little bit of narrative here and there with that, but allowing 2 fantastic performers, 20 full minutes on a WWE show to do a physical match is as rare as hen's teeth, Adam Nicholas, I think is the expression. Daniel Bryan, he did emerge victorious from that. He got Jey Uso right into the chin with the old running knee, but I don't really know too much about this. Not really too much we can talk about in the build-up or in the fallout from it. I just think it's really cool that they've given 2 stars like that scope of a platform.
Yeah, this is a good episode to do it on, isn't it? It sounds like they've just tried to jam-pack this full of matches that are kind of fan service at this point, which, if people are going to give you that time...
That's fine.
Yeah, on Christmas Day.
I'm a fan. I like to be serviced.
I like to be serviced, exactly. As we saw, a lot of people saw with the recent episodes of Mandalorian. It just works a lot of the time, apart from some people being upset. But I digress. Daniel Bryan, however, has got a new haircut, Adam Clery. He's a sexy, sexy bastard right about now. Jey Uso taking the running knee. He can't miss. He cannot miss. The man gets another victory and a match I will definitely be looking forward to watching. And 20 minutes may not get spent on Christmas Day, but they will certainly be spent probably on Boxing Day watching that. And I'm looking forward to it very much. But before I was going to throw it to you there, but it's me, because I have been gifted the exciting moment that happened on SmackDown. If that all wasn't your cup of tea already, well, this hopefully will be, because... well, we had 3 title defenses. We did end up with 1 new champion crowned on this episode of SmackDown.
Oh.
Sami Zayn lost his Intercontinental Championship. We have a new Intercontinental Champion. His name is Big E, and he deserves the goddamn belt. They were in a lumberjack match for the Intercontinental Championship. That was the main event as well of the show. And sure enough, Big E, in what is described here as, and I should point out, through all of this, we've had these reports from Wrestling Inc., who have posted spoilers, courtesy of Twitter user at SherrodJones4. Says it was a physical match between the two, but in the end, Big E got the big ending for the victory. Adam Clery, Big E, the push that everybody's quite excited about, has got the Intercontinental Championship. Now, back in the 90s, this would have meant surely he was destined to eventually end up and get the WWE Championship or the Universal Championship or whatever you want to call it. This is great. We need to see more of this, though, yes?
It's a new champ. Yes, it is. It's about it's about the up and down of it. I'm a bit... I don't know, I'm mixed feelings about this. It's very nice that they've got an exhibition-y episode of SmackDown with loads of big matches, with loads of good finishes and whatnot. But as we said, this will not be a big rating you would expect for WWE. And Big E getting his first major singles championship since his New Day days is... I don't know, it feels like it deserves a slightly bigger platform for this. When we announced this match on the news earlier this week, because it's been the Pachoo news lads all week, I didn't see this being a title change. I thought this would be something that would just get you used to the idea of Big E being in that conversation, on that part of the card. But do you know what? You know what I mean? I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I am delighted that Big E's managed to become the Intercontinental Champion. I really hope, as you said at the start of this is more of a signifier of somebody on their way to bigger, greater, legendary things in the company, and not just, just give him the IC belt for a while. That'll shut the internet up. So, yes, positive with a slight eye on the future. Me?
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. It's not like you've been trained to feel that way or anything. But this is good news, man. This is good news. And genuinely, now that I think about it, just a little side note, this is like surely a big deal for WWE right now, because the Raw Tag Team Champions, the United States Champion, and now the Intercontinental Champion are all black men. This is fantastic, surely. This is about time we see something like this. It's been a while since I can remember that, Adam.
Yeah.
If ever, actually.
It's been odd because WWE tends to sort of really lick their finger, stick it, see which way the wind's blowing, and do something wrong with it. And it kind of felt like everything that happened this year, they sort of missed a lot of the major news stories. There was a lot of talk, of course, that Vince had just seen literally one protest on telly and come up with the idea of retribution. But it's not like them to not try and find some way to cash in on big social movements and big change and whatnot. So I don't know if this is the tail end of that happening, then good. I guess it affected some kind of positive change in WWE, but it's nice to see people getting a platform. And to be honest, it's nice to see the championship roster being representative of the roster as a whole for a change.
Yeah, absolutely. And the quality as well. Not just like, this feels like it's earned. The people who are in those spots are there for the right reasons as well, not necessarily for other reasons, shall we say, which WWE have a tendency to do.
Well, the thing is, WWE's always had, and we're going to get into an entire separate topic here, WWE's always had an advantage because where other sports, they are literally reliant on results doing this for them. It could be all well and good them saying, we would like to have better representation in our rosters, in our championships, in our teams and whatnot, but you are reliant entirely on merit in these situations. And if for whatever reason that's just not quite falling into place for you, then there's nothing you can really do. WWE can look at their history and go, oh, do you know what? We've massively underserved a core section of our audience here, be it women or black people or whatever, and it's just like, they can just go and fix that tomorrow because they write the scripts and they determine who's on television and who gets these platforms. So, do you know what? Good for them. Anyway, those are all the SmackDown spoilers. If that's the first time you've heard me say that word, what were you doing at the start of this video? And slight apologies. Anyway, everything that happened on SmackDown, which has been pre-recorded, we are not just I genuinely love the idea that somebody missed the idea this was pre-recorded and we are just geniuses or mystics in our bathrobes of foresight or something like that. Anyway, yes, all the SmackDown results. Let us know what you made of it in the comments below. Will you be watching on Christmas Day? If so, why? Let us know that in as well. And if we don't see you later on, because this is my last day, mate. Are you in tomorrow?
I am in tomorrow. I'll be here, so it'll probably just be me doing the news.
Do the news
me,
on your own.
Santa Sack with my news, just doing it all by myself.
Well, that's it from me anyway. So if I don't see you, have a very, very lovely Christmas. And if I do see you, well, I don't know how that's happening.
What are you doing in my house?
Goodbye.